No, I'm good now. But I did. I haven't drank milk since I was like a small child, and I'm chugging it
You're
today.
going milk,
so,
are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm alternating. Beer and milk is kind of gross. It's gonna be a gross spectrum.
I'm not drinking dairy anymore. That would really help, though.
HotBuzz, it's HotBuzz. It's marketing and chicken wings. HotBuzz, HotBuzz. Coming at you live, gonna burn alive. It's HotBuzz, HotBuzz.
So welcome to HotBuzz. This is HotBuzz episode 3. It's our third episode, an attempt at this wonderful chicken wing and hot marketing question. So what we do on HotBuzz is we ask people, local companies. We bring in somebody, and sir, you can't have that on in the background, just so you know. We bring in local companies and ask them about their marketing stuff and what they do. Heather is with A-Team London here in London, and she is kind of the social media expert, I would say.
Yeah, I think I'm getting to that level for sure.
For sure. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out with a nice mild, the Hoth hot sauce. This is from a company called the Hoth in the United States. We do a lot of SEO work with them. And that is the one to the far left. Don't go right to left. We're going to go left to right. Yeah, okay.
All right.
All right, first
so
hot sauce.
We're digging in?
Yep.
All right, what's happening?
Now, you said beforehand that you're kind of a medium chicken wing.
This is good.
It's not bad, right?
I would say I'm a medium. I'm one of those like lowest common denominator orders. So
Right.
when you've got children and other people that you're ordering with, medium's a solid, good answer.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Good choice. How was that for heat? You okay?
Yeah. Oh,
All right.
good. I'm good.
All right. So tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started in your career, because this isn't your first job, obviously.
No, and I think that's something that happens to a lot of realtors is it's a second, third, fourth career. So for myself, my background is in sales and marketing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd had a few different careers and was starting to really specialize in the social media marketing. So I was, kind of sinking into anything I could about that, doing online courses and that sort of thing. And real estate, I just kind of started in it by fluke. It was recommended to me that I look into it as a career, and I'm like, you know what, why not? There's a fairly low barrier to entry, and
Right.
I just one day decided to sign up for my first course. I didn't feel like there's a lot of job stability out there right now. I was going kind of from contract job to contract job, so
Right.
decided that was it. Yeah.
Cool. And so in your current job, you kind of have introduced a lot of marketing stuff or social media in particular.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because real estate's one of those things where we're marketing a service, obviously. Mm-hmm. So we are realtors, we'll help people through that transaction, but we also have a product to market, which is the client's home.
Right.
So it's kind of interesting in that way. We're almost like marketing consultants for them because we're bringing in, the photographers, videographers, that sort of stuff. So we've got this two streams, I like to say, of marketing where we actually have that listing and we need to market that. And that's very, time sensitive. We need to get it on the right channels very quickly, get the right people in front of it and have it show at its best potential. And then we also, as a team, and what I'm really trying to do is market our service as well and really get our message in front of a broader range of people. Right. And build our tribe and have people understand what our team's all about.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, number 2 is going to be our own very ominous looking NorthIQ fermented hot sauce. Now, This is on our blog. You can actually follow along with this at home.
The recipe, right?
Matt Mandich says we should have gone hottest to least hot. That is a bad idea, sir.
No.
Because when you get to the hottest, people often can't think, and we don't want to start out there. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not good on live TV or
So
Facebook.
that's this one here. That's going to be the NorthIQ one.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers. Ching. Now, what's interesting about this one? It's an upfront hot sauce. So I find that it burns your lips and like the front of your mouth.
That's what I was saying.
But not
like
really
that's
the back.
what I don't like about hot sauce is how it makes around your mouth feel.
Yeah, it's an interesting sauce.
It's got a nice flavor to it.
It's amazing how fermenting the peppers really it like mellows them out and brings out a flavor. It's almost like a pickle flavor.
Yeah.
Which is kind of interesting. Let's talk about the kinds of social media marketing you're doing. So what kind of stuff are you doing, and what do you find kind of most successful?
I mean, really, it sounds stupid, but it really is simple. It's all about content.
Right.
And I find that people in general, and especially people who are in that home buying mode, they can't find enough about it. They want to sink their teeth in. So what I found really effective was when I would write blog posts, and we do a lot of video marketing, and it's amazing when you actually look at the analytics of what people look at on your website.
Sure.
People will just they fall into the rabbit hole, and they'll read 10, 15 posts about all completely unrelated topics. Right. But when you're in that mode, that home buying mode, you can't possibly find enough information to satisfy you. And when you're looking at a specific home, you can't find enough pictures and enough videos and floor plans, and the more that we can give people, the better. So just trying to take some of that content and then distribute it and make it a way that people can digest it easily, share it easily, send it to their friends, family. They want everybody's buy-in and approval when they're looking at a home, that sort of thing. So that's been effective. Video's been massively effective. Right. I know that you're well aware of how impactful video is, and for us, we have this really unique opportunity every time we have a listing to produce a really nice video, and it's such a win-win. Our sellers get to show off their product, the house, to its best light, get in front of more people, and kind of as a subcontext, or like inadvertently, we're showing off that we know how to market a house. Right. We're doing a better job with that, and it gives us content to put on our social channels, and we get more watches, more views, and we can remarket to those people using some of the Facebook back end that I'm still trying to learn every day.
So with video in particular, like, I know you guys do some really, really high-end, like very professional-looking stuff, and then you kind of mix it in with a little bit of guerrilla stuff where you'll just pop up the camera. Talk a little bit about kind of the benefits of professional versus the benefits of guerrilla and where they're appropriate.
I think that the thing that we really try to recognize is that we, as marketing consultants or whatever you want to call us, we need to recognize, where our capabilities end. So I can put together a flyer. I have the capability to do that. I'm not a graphic designer. I can take a selfie video and I can put that on the channels, but I'm not a video editor, and I would be sitting at my computer for 2-3 hours just trying to make something look polished. And where we really draw that line is when we're doing a property video. In my opinion, it's somebody's home. This is going in front of everybody on Realtor.ca. It's going in front of, on all of our channels, and it's to market that specific product. We bring in our, in this case, we use Lemon Tree. They're our partners, and they bang it out of the park. They've got a great product. They know what they're doing. It doesn't take them long. They turn it around for me very quickly. Right. So that's really where we stick with the professionals. When we just have an idea, we should talk about this topic, do vlogging, that sort of stuff, I think that people like it to be a little bit more grassroots, to feel a little bit more authentic, like it's coming from the heart, that sort of thing, and it allows us to be really timely with it as well. It'd be really tough for us to talk about really current topics on a timely manner if we had to bring in a crew every time, right?
3-point lane.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. All right. Number 3 is new, and this is from Slim's Pepper Company, who's a local London supplier. I've actually just gotten in touch with him, and we're going to have him on the next episode of HotBuzz. So
it's
this
very pretty. I like the color.
I know. This one is new, and it's a limited edition. It's a cranberry scorpion pepper. Now, scorpion pepper is one of the hotter... Craig, it's like the 3rd or 4th hottest now, isn't it? Scorpions are like after...
Like these change?
Yeah, so there's the Carolina Reaper, and the guy that made the Carolina Reaper, whose name is Smokin' Ed Curry, I think, of Puckerbutt Pepper Company. It's the best name. He's created one called Pepper X, which is even hotter. So they just crossbreed these things, and there's people out there that are just crazy with this stuff.
Carolina Reaper is the hottest.
Is it? Yeah? Okay, so where's the scorpion pepper on that? Craig and I are growing Reapers and scorpion peppers this year, so we're gonna see what happens.
This is like people who make their own beer. Like you're at that level of geekdom about it, and I love it.
We're starting to get there, yeah.
That's awesome.
All right, so let's give cranberry scorpion pepper a shot.
Okay. Again.
This one's gonna be scary. I don't know if it's true. So I've never tried this one. A lot of cranberry. Very.
It's like Thanksgiving on a wing. You need some stuffing to go with it.
It's not overly... It's actually pretty...
It's got kind of like an aftertaste, and it's starting to heat up a little bit.
Which is where the scorpion will get you like later.
Mm-hmm. When I'm trying to talk.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god. Yeah, that's not bad.
There's one version of Scorpion that's second hottest.
Oh yeah? I don't think that was this one.
Trinidad Maruga Scorpion.
This is just because I'm dry. It's not because it's too high. But we're only two wings away from stopping thinking.
Okay, so I have to get any intelligent conversation in quickly.
Exactly. Okay, so what would you say has been your most successful marketing effort so far?
So it's hard to pinpoint one specific thing. I mean, anytime that I hear, "Oh, you're the girl from the video," and that sort of thing, that's been really great. I have generated amazing clients just from social media marketing that I had, wouldn't have known from anyone else, and literally contacted me. And it's interesting, and I really do attribute a lot of it to video because they feel like they know me before they even call me. So they've been following me for months, they've watched my videos and that sort of thing, and we've kind of developed this relationship, one-sided relationship, but then, we can jump right in, which is really nice. We recently brought in a developer, so we're developing a new subdivision, and one of the key reasons why they thought of us is because they saw some of the marketing we were doing for another builder. So they thought, obviously they know what they're doing when it comes to marketing new builds. So just little wins like that add up and just make me feel like, okay, what I'm doing is working. There hasn't been like this huge windfall of anything, but all the little pieces are really fitting together.
The one that kind of stands out for me is that huge property on Riverbend. That you guys
Cooks Road.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God, it was like everything. Like I must have spent hours on that website and the video and everything. Like
and that was like
so
something
cool.
where we sat down with the owner, and he was really an interesting guy. It was such a great family, and he kind of had this vision for, the buyer of this property is going to appreciate this, and this about the property. And, they're not going to appreciate the countertops. We know that, right? So interior photography, probably not the best way to sell it. But I thought, what better way than a lifestyle video? And I've seen them more out of like the Toronto area. We see a lot of those lifestyle videos. So I don't know if you saw the one that the lead singer of the Tragically Hip, his property. Yeah, his house was being sold, and they had his kids kind of playing hide and seek in it.
Really?
And that video went viral. And we were thinking about that, and we were thinking, how can we really, and the family in that video was a family that lived in that house, right? So we basically brought in Lemon Tree, and we said, this is our concept, these are the shots we want to do, and then, I want to build a whole website built around these videos. We're going to have a video talking about all the various other things, and it was really an opportunity to A, stretch our muscles and see what we could do marketing-wise, but B, like really show off that property to the best of our ability and get some more showings, that sort of thing. Yeah.
That's very cool. Very cool. All right. Number 4 is Memento de Muerte. So this guy is actually, you can get this at Sobeys, and this company, Pepper North, does a bunch of hot sauces that are really, really good. This one has Carolina Reapers again, black cherries, and Canadian apple cider. So it's got a little bit of the sweet
and spicy. Yeah. Okay, not typically my go-to, but I think the spicy will probably overpower the sweet.
Yeah. This one's really interesting. So I find it's nice and hot, but it's not going to stop your brains.
Okay.
Let's give this guy a shot. Number 4. Yeah, it's quite sweet.
Oh, it's definitely much spicier than the other ones, okay?
You really feel, so this is kind of a back of the throat.
Yeah, you're definitely starting to challenge my...
Yeah, so that one will get you in the back of the throat. And it lingers a little bit more.
Okay.
Brad Coughlin has joined. Hello, Brad. Do you remember Brad from the Initech days?
Yes, maybe.
He may have been after you.
So it won't feel as bad saying no?
That's right.
Okay.
We don't talk about those things. Oh, now you feel it, right? Now it's starting to warm up your mouth a little bit. Yeah. So in terms of platforms, what are you guys on? I know you've got Instagram. I know you got Facebook. Do you do much LinkedIn? Is there...
So we have it all, and that's kind of been our challenge, is consistency with everything. Because, I was a big advocate to the team. Let's focus on doing a couple things really, really well. And Facebook, I think that's where most of our audience already is. Mm-hmm. So let's focus on doing that really well. I've done a lot of, videos, training, that sort of stuff. I kind of get their back end and how to actually reach people on it. So I really want to focus on that. Instagram kind of goes along with Facebook. It really goes hand in hand. And then we are on LinkedIn, we're on YouTube, we're on all these different platforms. Are we consistent with it? Not yet. And that's really part of building this process where, you know, every week, every time we have a listing, every time we have these certain trigger events, we do the same things on the same platforms to a certain extent.
So what's interesting, like, you've got kind of a B2C audience, and you guys also do commercials, so you have a bit of a B2B audience. So is your messaging different based on the platform? So for example, LinkedIn, do you focus more on B2B, or do you focus equally on B2B and B2C on LinkedIn? Or do you have a strategy around that?
I don't really have a strategy for LinkedIn. I think right now we just wanted to really have a presence and more or less connect with other professionals that we knew so that they knew what we were up to. But I think that makes sense, right? And even I think the audience on Instagram, where it's more of a global audience that ends up following you, is a little bit different than the audience on Facebook, where it can be a little bit more targeted. But the messaging, typically, it'll always be the same. And basically, you know, we're real estate experts. We have the same kind of content, that sort of thing.
Interesting. So pro tip from me, when we were looking for an office, we focused primarily on looking on LinkedIn for places. And we didn't find a whole lot of places. And we didn't find a lot of even commercial realtors in the city. And I knew that you guys, and you actually put me in touch with your guy, and this place just kind of fell in our lap.
That's awesome. And that's honestly, a lot of times it feels like that's how it happens, right? Because you're in the mode. You're waking up every morning thinking about it, looking at it, that sort of thing. So so interesting. Okay, this guy's not fun. How's the mouth doing? It's warm.
This is the point where my tongue kind of goes a little bit numb.
I feel like you should reverse the questions. It should be, at this point, you should be asking what my name is and where I work. And back here, we should be talking about like strategy and who are you?
I don't know.
Don't remember.
All right. This is the Lethal Dose. That's not intimidating at all, is it?
Oh my God.
So the Lethal Dose hot sauce is from, I think it's called the Pepper Palace in Niagara Falls. And they do a lot of, Pepper Palace. These guys do a lot of kind of crazy... what's that stuff called again, Craig? Capsaicin-based things. So they're not even really based on the pepper anymore. This has got a habanero pepper in it, some vinegar, tomato paste, and then the rest of it's just straight capsaicin.
So it's just like genetically engineered. This is like what they're doing with medicinal marijuana, where they're basically like isolating the one thing.
They literally take the capsaicin crystals out of the pepper. So they like refine it and get these crystals, and then they use that to make the sauce. This one's not fun. This is not a good time sauce.
No. And they're sprinkled with just a little bit of crystal meth.
Yeah, I apologize for this in advance.
If it goes to black, you know why. I'm dead. Literally dead. I didn't sign a waiver.
No, we don't require a waiver. You entered the building willingly.
Oh my God. This is not fun.
Yeah, it's not fun, eh? So the thing that hits me is that you get this pepper flavor right off.
Okay.
Like, not hot pepper, but in fact, black pepper. And it just kind of shuts down your brain for a moment. Now, this is my 5th time, so I'm actually relatively immune to it. But you're not going to have a good time, I don't think. Hey, this is Capital Blonde beer from our friends at Forked River. They're not friends yet, but we would like Forked River to be our friends. And
you're my friend. You're helping me from this heat right now.
I know, right?
Thank you, Forked River.
All right, this is where I shut down for a moment. I'm just rebooting.
Your wife has a question.
Interesting question. Charlene Kish Garside, no relation.
Holy shit.
Have you noticed other local realtors are following your league and increasing their social presence in the same way?
I don't even know if it's my lead per se, because there's a lot of pioneers in social media marketing for real estate, and I look up to people like Kim Mullen who are doing it before my time even, right? But
she really focused a lot on like blog content and really.
That's what I said. It's all about content, right? If you're consistent with content, that's 90% of the battle. But yeah, I have had people contact me, especially back when I did a lot with my own name on it, less the team name. And I think that one of the best things you can do is just be willing to sit down with anybody and talk at any point.
You were way more composed than
Am
I
I
am.
really? Oh my God. I'm talking about my passion, social media marketing, you know. But no, like I have noticed that, and I'm totally willing at any point. There is so much business out there. I mean, I don't feel like, yes, it's a competitive market, but the odds that I would be going up against any one specific person against a specific listing are nil, like basically none.
Right.
Typically, we get a call, we go in, we list a house. So if I can help a colleague to reach more of their audience and their friends and family in their sphere with their social media marketing, I'm totally up for it. No, I'm good now. But I did. I haven't drank milk since I was like a small child, and I'm chugging it
You're
today.
going milk,
so,
are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm alternating beer and milk. It's kind of gross. It's gonna be a gross stuff.
I'm not drinking dairy anymore. That would really help, though. I should have brought some like almond milk. Woo! So what's next? What kind of stuff are you going to work on next?
Right now, it's really about processes and systems. So we have brought in a new platform. It's called Brivity, and I don't know 90% of what it does, but at the front end, it's a CRM. It's a transaction manager, so that's very real estate specific, helping us with the milestones for every transaction. It's our website, so if you look at our website, it's beautiful now, the A-Team London site. They do all of that, lead generation, all sorts of other stuff like that. And so it's just me figuring out how to use that to its best capacity. It has a lot of social media plugins, that sort of thing, and then just consistency. So really trying to push the entire team to develop content, that sort of thing. That's been my biggest challenge right now. Is I can speak really well from my own voice. I can write blog posts from Heather Gunn very easily with my own kind of flair, my own personality and opinions, but taking that talent and being able to put out stuff that was very londongun.com and translating that to an ateamlondon.com audience and reaching our network of, we did 200 transactions last year. So it's learning who all these people are that have worked with the team of 4 of us and getting in front of them. That's what's next, really.
What kind of challenge did you find with like the Realtor.ca platform? Like, you guys have to use that as kind of one of your inputs, right?
This is the thing about real estate. All of the technology that we have feels archaic. So Realtor.ca is what consumers see when they're doing a search. Our back end is actually like our MLS platform. We recently changed. So we were using a super outdated system. Our board, along with many in London, in Ontario, decided to go to Matrix.
Okay.
Seemed great. I'm still frustrated with it every day, as many people are, but every piece of software, hardware, everything that's designed for realtors just feels to me very archaic, and I think that realtors would be the easiest people to sell something to because we're all looking for that snake oil, something to make our lives easier, and it doesn't really seem to exist yet. Yeah,
and the real problem with realtors that I've found, not realtors, sorry, the platform, is that the MLS listings are such a black box that we as developers can't get into it and do stuff with it.
And our board makes it even more challenging because they restrict certain information. So that platform I mentioned, Brivity, they're North American wide. They can do certain things like help us. So if you contacted me and said, what's my house worth? I could put you on this thing where it shows you what houses have sold for in your neighborhood.
Right.
Except our MLS board doesn't allow sold data. So you can only see from our IDX feed the listings and what they listed for if they sold, but not what they sold for. Well, that's a pretty crucial piece to be able to build software around, right? So until we actually open up that information, and maybe it's not opened up publicly, I know that's been kind of an ongoing thing, and Treb was sued about that and whether or not they should be showing sold data, but just allow us to build platforms around it. It's a lot of manual work right now to build things like that.
Yeah. Well, that was really interesting. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
I hope I haven't done any permanent damage to you.
No, I feel great. Awesome.
I'm still burning. Really? You're okay?
I think it was some milk and the beer. Forked River.
Yeah, good job, Forked River. All right, this has been HotBuzz, and we will see you next month, hopefully, with our friends at Slim's Pepper Co. Thanks.
Thank you.